Today's devotion is taken from Jonah chapter 2, if you want to read that section now. A lot of times people will say a phrase like this: I have hit rock bottom, or she has hit rock bottom. Now, sometimes it's said in a humorous tone in order to mask the pain that's actually behind that statement, but for someone that has actually hit rock bottom, it is not a humorous situation. What they're saying in saying that they've hit rock bottom is that there's really no further down that they could go. Their life has collapsed all around them. Nothing has gone right for them, and now they are completely on the bottom. There's nowhere to go but up from there. A lot of times if somebody is experiencing that, or if you're witnessing that in somebody's life, you might ask, why does God allow that to happen? If God is a God of love and that he cares for his people, why does he let them hit rock bottom? Why does everything go wrong for some people in their lives? Well, maybe it's better to consider this from the other angle, and we'll use Jonah, the story of Jonah, to do that. Jonah received the call to the Ninevites and he ran away from them. We've established that. He ran away from God and he got on a boat to Tarshish. Now imagine this: when Jonah goes to sleep below the deck, imagine that when he wakes up, he's in Tarshish. And he gets off the boat and he continues life in comfortability and wealth. He begins his new life there in Tarshish, and he never has to go to the Ninevites. He's never confronted by God. Jonah's life, in earthly terms, would have been probably much better. Being comfortable, able to earn wealth, not having to go and confront the Ninevites. But he may have lost his soul. If he was successful in running away from the Lord, he would have continued to run away from the Lord in his life. Now think about that in your own life. There are times in our life where we run away from the Lord as Jonah did. If God would allow us to be successful in that, what kind of love would that be? That he would allow us to gain the entire world but forfeit our soul. But instead, Jonah is confronted. Jonah is woken up by the captain and eventually thrown overboard and sinks down, literally, into the pit, sinking down into the water. And he is swallowed by a fish. And while he's in that fish, he prays the prayer of Jonah chapter 2. It's a beautiful prayer where Jonah shows that there is nowhere for him to turn but the Lord at this point, as he's in the belly of the fish. Only God can save him from this pit, from hitting rock bottom. Jonah never would have prayed that prayer had the things not have happened the way it did in this section. Had his life not fallen into the pit, had he not been swallowed by a fish, had he been allowed to go to Tarshish successfully, he never would have prayed this prayer. God loves you and cares for you so much that sometimes he lets you hit rock bottom. Because he knows if you didn't, that you wouldn't turn to him, that you'd gain the whole world, but you'd forfeit your soul. And so if you're in a pit right now, if you've hit rock bottom right now, turn to the Lord and pray to the Lord and trust that salvation comes from him. If life is going well for you right now, turn to the Lord, pray to the Lord, give thanks to him for those great blessings. Don't value those blessings so much that you lose your soul. Don't value those blessings so much that they become more valuable than God. But remember what Jonah said in his prayer, that salvation belongs to the Lord, that our soul is the most important thing before the Lord, and that if everything else was stripped away, and yet we had the Lord our God and his salvation, that we'd have enough. We thank God that when we try to run away from him, that we're not successful. That God continues to be with us and continues to bless us and to spiritually enrich us in this life, using his word, using his sacraments, and using all of life's circumstances to build us up and keep us strong in him.